All right, I got a garden update. This tomato plant is huge. Even the stems of it are pretty thick. It looks like it's starting to flower in there, but it don't have really much of anything on it other than the greenery. It looks really pretty. This one is a new one growing. It looks the same as that one. Not really sure what type of tomato this is, but it looks really pretty. We got this one growing right here, and it has lots of fruit on it. This is looking like cherry tomatoes. It has lots of flowers actively on it, which I love. But look how many cherry tomatoes. And I always wanted to grow a cherry tomato, and I finally got one. So I'm fully excited about that. I got some little baby stuff growing in here. We got stuff that is on the I'll show y'all what's on the table and whatnot. That's how the tomato plants are looking. This is what's on the table. These are growing out. Eventually I'm probably gonna have to plant them really quickly. Georgia's been getting a lot of rain here lately, so this stuff is growing really good. These haven't started growing. That's a strawberry in there, I know that for a fact. I got some lettuce over here that seems to be doing pretty good. Yeah, I know I need to change that water, but you know, it's doing what it's doing. These up here seem to be doing fairly well too. This is a pepper, so we'll see what happens with that. Those are all tomatoes. You see, those are tomatoes. More tomatoes, tomatoes. This is on a what's that? On a sunshade that I took that messed up, so we got that up there. But loving that. I love how big this is too, but don't really know what it is. Also, there's some stuff in here that's growing too. Don't know what this is, if it's a plant or what. One of my little flowers then messed up on there too. We got, this is growing, and I think these are what do you call that? It's something like a cucumber, but not like a squash, the green one, whatever that is. That is that, I think. And in here, this tomato broke off of another one, and I think it's going to take, because it hasn't died and it still has the flowers on it. This is what was in the hydroponics, so still growing and whatnot, thank God. I really love how that's look. Zucchini, I think that's what that is, zucchini. We got, these are pineapples, and it says it takes 3 years for them to actually grow. It looks like there's at least 4 of them in there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them in there. That looks like another tomato just springing up out of nowhere. We got basil in here growing. I think this was a herb, but I think too much rain and got a hold of it, so I think that's dying. I might need to replant it somewhere else. Look at how pretty the basil is growing up here. And remember, I said that the basil was supposed to grow back. That normally grows back all on its own, and I didn't get a chance to push it down. This has basil and garlic in it, and the garlic looks like it probably needs to be tended to a little bit, because it's looking a little shabby, but either way. Then I got some basil growing up out of the ground right here, so apparently something then fell. Looks like I got an onion or something growing up over there. Don't know how that got there in the ground right here. Lots of tomatoes that I need to separate and, you know, do something with. Tomatoes over there. That's onion. That's why I'm wondering how this got over here. So it must have been some birds somewhere around here, you know, doing some planting and potting all on their own. But for the most part, I got the other side has some plots, some seeds in it too, and some little baby flowers that are growing, but I'm not gonna go over there. We'll see what's growing over there a little bit later on. But for the most part, oh, and don't forget that I put the pumpkins on the hill, pumpkin seed on the hill. So we'll see what's actively going on with that too, because lots of rain. This seems like it's actually going to thrive. And I hope it is, because that was one of the plant, the tomatoes. I think it's a cherry tomato, but it's one of the leaves that I accidentally broke. So I put it in there with the other basil that I was growing in the hydroponics. And it looks a little light green right now, and it was deep green when it was in the tank. But I don't know, for the most part. It's basil in there too. I didn't even, this whole bucket at one point was basil. And so was this. But I didn't do my due diligence in turning it over. But hopefully it'll start to grow back, because everything is growing back all on its own. And, you know, as long as it's getting rain, it's doing what it needs to do. And I'm totally loving that. It'll be great to see some new plants spurt up and pop up out of nowhere. The only thing is that I want to grow some strawberries, and for some reason I cannot grow strawberries to save my soul. Like, I tried last year, and that's what's in that little hydroponics over there too. So I tried last year to be able to do that. Maybe I just need to go get some strawberry bushes that are already, you know, growing from the store, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, somewhere like that, and plant them from that, and then try it, because this is how I normally grow everything. I normally start from actual fruit, but maybe I need to go get a actual plant, a strawberry plant, to be able to grow strawberries around here, because I really want strawberries. I need to pick that stuff up. I don't know how that got out. There was a raccoon around here the other day too. This, I'm very anxious to see what it's going to grow, but this looks like it's going to grow a monster tomato, because look at the vines on these things. These things are thick. So not sure what type of tomato was planted in there, because I told y'all I normally just slice the tomato. Whatever I buy from the grocery store, I slice it and end up putting it inside of the dirt. And I love how it's growing through this. I changed the view of this, because this was on the other side a while ago, but I felt like it was blocking the sun. And I'm wondering what these are, if I should pull them out. But then if it's some type of vegetable, then I would be upset. So somebody, if you know what this is, let me know. If it's a weed and I need to pull it out, let me know that as well, because I don't want it to be in here taking up space when there could be actual plants being put in there. So this is the garden update. What I got so far. I'll take y'all on the next side, the other side, later. And I think I'm gonna have to repot these too, because we got herbs. That's dill in there. So we got that popping up. But I think everything up here is gonna have to be put in a bigger bucket. This one may be fine, but the rest of them probably gonna have to be put in one of those gallon jugs. So we'll see eventually. But anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, go with God. And let me know if y'all know what type of tomato is going to grow from this, because I feel like it's going to be a big one. It is starting to flower, like I said, but the vines on this thing are thick. Have the day you deserve.